Okay, Free Guy, a movie based within a video game, directed by Sean Levy and is just under 2 hours long. And it follows Millie, who is played by Jodie Comer, who you will no doubt recognise from the brilliant Killing Eve. And the plotline follows. So I've got to make a confession. I've never actually seen Killing Eve, so I don't know if it's brilliant or not. But my wife's seen it, and she said it's brilliant. And as we all know, fellas, your wife is always right and must never, ever be questioned. I know. But anyway, the movie follows Millie, who is a computer program designer, and she is convinced that the immensely popular and profitable open world video game called Free City is has in fact been created using a code that she wrote. And she's searching within the game itself to try to find proof of this. And during her search, she crosses paths with a NPC, or a non-player character, called Guy, who's played by Ryan Reynolds. And for some reason or another, their encounter causes Guy to completely stray from his programming and just do basically what he wants when he wants, and and just sort of matures into his own sort of character, and but all the time he's blissfully unaware that everything he knows, his whole life, is actually based within a video game. Now, just lately, everything Reynolds touches seems to turn to gold, and I think Free Guy, is no exception to this. I mean, let's just hope he wears gloves when he goes to the toilet. Otherwise, that could end up being very painful for him. Anyway, when I first heard about this movie being based within a video game, I thought, and I was expecting, another Ready Player One, which is, it's a great movie in its own right. But Free Guy is nothing like this at all. I mean, it's its own completely original story, and I found this really refreshing, because these days every new production seems to be either a reboot of one thing or an adaptation of another, and so on and so forth. But I said Free Guy isn't like this at all. It's completely original, and I say it's just really nice to see that. When it comes to direction, it's well directed, has very impressive special effects, lots of high octane action sequences and stunts, which are really well put together and look and feel exactly like the action sequences you get in a video game. It has a decent amount of humour, but what I liked about the humour is it's subtle humour. It's not overpowering, so it sort of complements the scene rather than detracting from it and taking over it. And being as about 80% of the movie, I'd say, is played out within the game itself, it gives Levy free license to cram in as much violence and destruction as he likes. I mean, because there's no more implication with this, because it doesn't matter how many cars you crash, how many buildings you blow up, how many people you kill, because they're all just computer programs and simply regenerate. I think there's no more implication to that, and I think Levy has used this to just the right amount without actually detracting from the story itself. And also, using it this way, you don't form any strong attachments to any of the lesser characters, which really adds to the storyline, adds to the enjoyment of the film, I think. I mean, and the use of switching between real life and what actually happens in the game is also been used to good effect. So you see the reaction of the people watching it, as well as how Guy's popularity grows as he starts to do what he wants, and as he wants it, and due to this, Levy actually breaks the fourth wall in some scenes, and this is actually quite funny and ironic, because we're used to seeing Reynolds do this in Deadpool, but in this he's the one who can't understand why somebody is, apparently just talking to nobody. So yeah, I mean that's quite a good twist on Reynolds himself, I think. When it comes to the cast, as well as Coma and Reynolds, there are good supporting roles from Lil Ree Howery, Joe Keery, Atkash and Budka, and Tika Waititi, who it gives a typically good performance as the bad guy in this, and it has one or two quite entertaining cameos in it as well. And there's also good character development where you see how characters, mainly Guy, how they grow through the experiences they have, and how they come to realise and accept and find their place in their world. As well as discovering what's truly important to them. The movie moves at a good pace, and any avid gamer will see Easter eggs everywhere. I mean, the Easter eggs galore. Everywhere you look, you'll see them. You've got Marvel and Star Wars and everything in between. And one in particular, near the end, made my kids go batshit crazy. They went mad. So overall, it's got a good storyline, lots of really impressive action sequences, just the right amount of humour, good acting performances, makes good use of its soundtrack and enhancing the mood in a lot of the scenes. It's very, very colourful and vibrant, visually spectacular, and it's an easy movie to watch. I mean, I heard one person describe it as like a take your brain out movie, which is actually quite an apt description for it, because there's no overcomplicated plot or plot twist to follow, so you can just sit back, relax and enjoy it. There is some slight use of bad language, and as you'd expect, I mean, there is a lot of violence in it, so you may want to vet it before letting your children watch it. But all in all, it's just a really fun movie to watch, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Stay Puffs, I think. And but I always say, this is just my opinion. Please watch it yourself, make up your own minds. If you do watch it, let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this review, please put a like on it, and please subscribe to my channel so you can catch me other reviews. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.